This is what your dashboard should look like when you arrive into the backend. You have your edit profile. This is only backend profile. This doesn't affect anything on the front end, but this just shows you what your email address is, and you can edit your name, email address, or upload a photo if you'd like. We have your content here, which if you are an owner of multiple businesses, we're happy to change to merge all of those businesses into one profile. So if you own a winery and also an accommodation, we'll make sure that they appear both under the same dashboard, even if they have different public-facing emails. So make sure to reach out to us if you would like those listings to be merged into one account. So you can go through the content tab on the left-hand side here, and you'll be able to see your listings here. So clicking in, this is the top tabs that you should be able to see. Another really common sign-up issue is that the listing, you might have been invited to the platform, but you might not have claimed your listing yet, which is just one more step to verify that you are who you are and that this listing is yours to claim. So that would look like this over here, where we have this listing is unclaimed. If you see this button, that means you just have to go one more step further to fully verify yourself. And then you should be able to see all of these tabs up here. I think without this button, you might only see a overview tab. So let's dive into it a little bit. In our overview, we have our basic information here and our tagging system. So this is going through a bit of a restructure in terms of some organizational pieces with the Visit the County team. So this might be updating in the next month, but we have opened this up to collaborators now to be able to tag themselves. So the tag system is a little bit different than your previous website provider. We use tags to help surface content on pages. So any type of heading that you see here, this relates directly to a things to do page or guide, as we call them, on the front end. So now that we've opened this up, it would be great for you guys to look through these tags and ensure that the ones assigned to your listing are correct. You can add new tags by clicking this plus button over here, and you'll see the rest of the options pop down, and you can just click on one to add it to your business profile. If you want to remove them, there's an X here, and you can just remove any tags here. If you see a category that you maybe see on the front end, but you don't see attached on your listing in the back end, you can press this Add Tag button here, and it'll bring up our categories where you can then scroll through and assign tags that way. If you have any questions on tags, feel free to send an email to both either myself or hello@visitthecounty.com. As I mentioned, we'll be doing a bit of a restructure, so this might look a little bit different over the next month, but for the most part, they're available for you to review now. In this recent activity, you'll be able to see a quick highlight of some of the reporting details and also any events that you have attached. So this is a good little measure of making sure that everything you submitted is attached in your profile. Now let's click through our tabs. So I'm going to start with location and hours. And this is where you will find that primary region. So we have a drop down of all of the wards in the county, and we want to make sure that you're being that you are being assigned to the correct one. This will make sure that your listing shows up in that region page on the front end of the website. Down here, we have our latitude and longitude. This is really important to have because this gives you this map pin on the front end of the website. So when you're looking at the things to do page, the where to stay, even the region pages, and we have a map with all of our listings, we're going to get that pin here as long as you have this latitude and longitude. And to get the latitude and longitude, if you don't have it there right now, you can just search for yourself on Google here, something like this. And when you find yourself on Google, if you right click on your pin, the latitude and longitude appear first. And if you click on this, it will copy it right to your keyboard. So then you can just come back into here and paste your latitude and longitude in here. Okay, on the right-hand side, we have our operating hours. If you don't have anything here just yet, you can click this link hours from Google, and this will connect to your Google Business profile hours. So as I mentioned, we have the ability to add multiple hours for every day and add labels to them. So see, this business is open in the morning and then again in the evening on most days. They're welcome to add either notes about these hours, but also you can just leave them like this. If you want to have like 7 to 12, 5:30 to 7:30, it'll show up exactly like this. If I was a restaurant and maybe I wanted to add in my lunch special hours or maybe my happy hours, I can add a little note here that says, 5:30 to 7:30, that's my happy hour. And I can go through and add those notes. And then it just gives the user a little bit more information about what's available at your business. Moving on to our basic info. So here's more of the content that lives on your listing profile page. So starting at the top, we have your name. This has generally been assigned a listing type, but you can select a new one if you'd rather be found under a different type of listing type. Listing types are mutually exclusive. So it's one type per business, whereas you can use tags, like in the front here, to be represented under more categories. That's kind of our main distinction. So tags get you on multiple pages within the website. Your listing type is just the type of operator that's going to show up on your listing profile. So we make it the most general and the most vague option. Your subtitle here, this is what shows up underneath your listing name on your listing profile. A lot of operators don't have subtitles at this point, which is fine, but you're welcome to add something. We recommend to keep it short, keep it punchy, like it should just be under, 50 characters, one sentence type of thing. We have a short description. A short description is what shows up on your card view. So if we head over to the website, I'll give an example of what I mean. We come over here. So these descriptions on what we call a card, this is on the where to stay page, but it would be the same on the restaurants page, on the outdoor adventure page, on the region page. This is your short description. So we try to recommend to keep it short because it is just in this card view. And if it's too long, it will get cut off. When you click into a listing, this is your long or full description. And if you had a subtitle, it would appear right underneath your name and title right up here. So back over here, short description, that's your card description. Full description, that goes on your listing profile page. Those are the distinctions. Up at the top here, we have your owner and contact details. So as I mentioned, this is the email field that is public facing. So this will show on your listing profile page. This might be your more private email if you personally wanted to claim the listing. So you're welcome to update this after you've claimed the listing, because this might say Rebecca@thestudiopec.com, and maybe I want to change it back to hello @ or an info @. So make sure to just review this and make sure it is the public facing email you want. We have items like phone number, your general website, and then your e-commerce or booking link. This could be a reservation link if you're a restaurant. It could be a merchandise shop, anything like that can go in here, and it'll just have a separate call to action button on the front end. Down here, we have additional links. This is usually where we recommend you add your social media links, LinkedIn, anything like that. We have new Google business reviews and TripAdvisor review links that you can also add in here. TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of those things can go in here. And they will show up right on in your listing profile with distinct icons. Down here, this is that new field I mentioned. If you're an accommodation operator, we have a short-term accommodation number field that we'd like you to go in and add. So you can just add your number here by clicking on this button, and it'll show up a little text field here for you to add your accommodation number. Okay, on to media. So for media, we have two areas. We have three areas. We have a main hero media, which is at the top here. We have a thumbnail image. A thumbnail is the same as a card. So where we saw that short description, if you want a different image on your card versus on your listing page, that would be your thumbnail image. And then of course we have carousel images. So you can remove or edit these just by clicking this remove button, and it'll prompt you to update an image like this. You can edit it if you like. This is all been scraped from the previous website, so most of these images should be exactly what you had previously submitted, but you're welcome to edit them. You can change the name, you can add a caption if you'd like. You can download the original if you don't have this photo, and you can update your images here, and same with any of the carousel images. Now I want to get into magic content. This was a frequently asked question around magic content. So this is our AI integration for listings, which is called magic content. What you can do is you can refresh your website, and magic content relies on you having a website in here. So if you don't have your website in here, maybe you're a small time business that maybe only has like a Facebook page, no problem, but you just might not have a ton of luck scraping because it's coming from Facebook as opposed to its own website. But give it a go, do a refresh website, and it's going to populate some suggestions down here. So underneath AI recommendations, you can open up this tab and it will look at the website to recommend new content and media. So as you can see here, like there is a new suggestion for a subtitle, which is currently missing, a new suggestion for short description or long description. Some of the details are the same because it's pulling that the website is the same website. You can update things that maybe aren't provided, like a new Instagram account, if there's a postal code. And then underneath media, this will scrape pretty much your entire website with any images that it finds available. So you can add this here, and you can also add it in your media tab. So this is what this is, and just clicking on any of these images will bring it to your carousel media. So this is a good way to refresh your content without a lot of effort, especially if you're often updating your own website. You can just come in here and take the content from your website and add it right into your listing page. Okay, lastly, we have a couple reporting things. So under reports, you'll see your web page activities. You can change your view here. It's going to auto to the last 30 days. And we'll have a little bit more information here around campaigns that get launched. But for the most part, it's web page views and visitor traffic flow. Any outbound clicks that you may have, either to your website or to booking links, will also be recorded here. And then under engagement, you can toggle on to send weekly or monthly reports to yourself. So this is going to send this whole page, including your web page views, your outbound clicks, the visitor traffic, to whatever email is in here. And you can toggle it to be weekly or monthly just by clicking these toggles here like this. And make sure you press save. Okay, that's our overview of listings. And I think I've answered most of the frequently asked questions. One that I maybe missed was if you needed to have operating hours, which the answer is no. If you leave this section blank, it won't show up on the front end. So if you're a business that maybe doesn't operate on regular business hours, just leave this blank and it won't show up on the front end. And I'd recommend maybe adding something to your full description down here about how maybe you're appointment only, maybe you don't have set business hours and you have to email to book something. You can add that type of information in here. Okay,